So what if the secret to truly unstoppable growth isn't a secret at all, but a machine? Today, we are breaking down the Customer Obsession Flywheel, the perpetual growth engine that powers the world's most dominant companies.
You know, for decades, business strategy has been built on a bit of a lie, this idea that growth is a straight line. But it turns out that single belief is probably the #1 predictor of long-term failure. It creates these fragile, inefficient systems that demand more and more fuel just to keep from falling apart. It's a strategic trap. So if that straight line is a lie, what's the alternative? What if real success isn't a funnel that, let's be honest, leaks value at every single step? What if it's more like a perpetual motion machine, a kind of closed loop that uses the energy from one happy customer to create the next one, literally powering itself? So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the lie of linear growth and the crisis of the funnel. Then we'll get into the mechanics of this perpetual growth engine, the human psychology that makes it tick, and a blueprint to build your own. And finally, we'll uncover the big insight that ties this whole thing together. Okay, first things first, we have to dismantle the old model. For generations, the funnel has been treated like the gospel of growth. But as we're about to see, it's really just an illusion that hides a much more powerful circular reality. And here it is, the central paradox of old school strategy. Companies pour billions of dollars into the top of a funnel, basically expecting most of that investment to just leak out. The entire model is designed for loss. But real, resilient growth, that doesn't come from a leaky bucket. It comes from a closed loop, where your happiest customers become your most powerful acquisition engine.
Now, this isn't just a theory. The reason the funnel model started to die off was because of a real-world crisis that made the old way of doing business totally unsustainable.
And what was that inciting incident? Skyrocketing customer acquisition costs, or CAC. As all these digital channels got more and more crowded, the price to buy a single new customer just went through the roof. And suddenly, the basic math of the linear funnel it collapsed. You couldn't afford to pay a premium for a customer you might only interact with one time.
And this really shows the fundamental difference in design. The funnel is linear and leaky. The flywheel is circular and self-sustaining. For the funnel, the relationship basically ends at the sale. But for the flywheel, the sale is where the real growth begins. And this is the key takeaway. A funnel's costs are designed to go up over time, while a well-built flywheel's acquisition costs actually go down as your customers start doing the marketing for you.
And this isn't some brand new idea. Pioneers like Amazon and HubSpot figured this out years ago. They understood that a customer's first purchase isn't the finish line, it's the starting block. It's that moment a transaction becomes a relationship, one that's designed to create so much value that the customer not only stays, but actually pulls others into the system with them. All right, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now let's pop the hood on the solution. What are the core components of this perpetual growth engine? How does it actually generate this kind of circular, exponential growth?
Everything, and I really mean everything, starts right here. The fuel for the entire flywheel is the customer experience. Specifically, it's about creating moments of delight. And this isn't just meeting expectations, it's about delivering unexpected value. You know, a package that arrives a day early, a support person who is shockingly helpful, a feature that solves a problem you didn't even know you had. That's the spark that ignites the whole process.
And that initial spark of delight, that's the catalyst for the next stage, building momentum through retention and habit. By engineering a super low-friction, indispensable experience, your product gets embedded in your customer's daily routine. The goal is to make staying with you the easy, automatic choice, which just reinforces the awesome value they felt in that first moment of delight.
Okay, so you combine a delightful experience with a frictionless habit, and what do you get? You get this powerful chemical reaction: advocacy. This is a natural output. Your most satisfied, loyal customers become your most effective sales team. They don't just use your product, they become evangelists for it. And that advocacy is what closes the loop, becoming the main driver of new customer acquisition. So what makes this so revolutionary? Well, it's organic, it's trusted, and it comes at a near zero marginal cost. The energy you invested in delighting one customer gets returned as a brand new customer, and the flywheel completes its first spin. So let's just trace that flow one more time. An amazing experience creates delight. This builds the momentum of retention and habit. That loyalty then generates the powerful output of advocacy, which drives organic acquisition.
And with every single rotation, the flywheel doesn't just spin, it actually gains mass and accelerates. So we've seen the mechanics of what happens, but to really master the flywheel, we have to understand why it works. Because this isn't just a business model, it's a system that's engineered around predictable patterns of human psychology. The core psychological principle at play here is reciprocity, a concept made famous by Dr. Robert Cialdini. See, we humans are just wired to want to give something back when we receive something, especially when it's unexpected. So by systematically delivering these moments of delight, that unexpected value we talked about, a business creates this powerful subconscious sense of social indebtedness in the customer. And this is how that psychological pull gets converted into real growth. The customer feels this impulse to repay the company for that unexpected value. But they don't do it with money. They do it with social currency, a 5-star review, a referral, telling a friend. And that act of advocacy doesn't just win you a new customer, it reinforces the original customer's identity as a loyal fan, making their own decision to stay almost inevitable. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually build it? Let's shift from the strategic why to a practical, actionable framework for putting this engine to work in your own business. It really comes down to a 3-step blueprint. First, you have to obsessively identify your delight moment. Find that one point of unexpected value and pour gasoline on it. Second, engineer a frictionless habit. Look at every single step of the customer journey and ruthlessly eliminate anything that creates drag. And third, and this is the most critical step, you have to reinvest in the experience. Fund the customer, not just the ad. This is the core operating principle. It means making a strategic choice. Every single dollar you reallocate from that leaky funnel of paid advertising is a dollar you can invest directly into the success of your existing customers through better support, better features, a better experience. You fund their success because their success is what fuels your growth. As we start to wrap this up, it's really important to understand that the flywheel isn't just another tactic. It represents a profound, fundamental shift in business strategy. It's a complete reorientation around a new central question. The old world of the funnel was built around a really simple transactional question. How do we acquire this customer? All the company's energy and resources were focused on this one kind of extractive goal. It's a fundamentally company-centric view of the world. The flywheel just flips the script entirely. It asks a much more powerful, relational, and customer-centric question. The focus shifts from what you can get from the customer to what you can do for the customer. The entire business reorients itself around making sure the customer achieves their goal. And this, right here, is the ultimate ambition. The goal isn't just to offer a great product. The true objective of a customer-obsessed business is to architect a system where your customer's success is the only possible outcome of engaging with you. When you achieve that, well, the flywheel spins itself. Because ultimately, the best marketing doesn't push people through a funnel, it creates this gravitational pull toward value. When you make the buyer's success the absolute center of your business, you don't have to chase customers anymore. They're pulled toward you and they bring others with them. And so that really leaves just one question. Take a look at your own organization, your strategies, your budget. Are you spending all your energy pushing boulders up a hill into a leaky funnel? Or are you building a self-sustaining flywheel where every happy customer makes the next turn of the wheel even easier?